Hey guys, want to show you today how to stretch out your lower back after shoveling. Okay, here we go. So first of all, you're on your mat. So I'm sure a lot of people know this. You're going to do that child's pose where you sit your bum back to the heels and child's pose, head on the mat, weighing the body forward, lengthening your lower back. Take a big inhaling and exhaling. Get as far as you can. If you can't get down on the heels, just as far as you can is fine. Now here's a little secret. So what you want to do is come up on all fours, shake out your bum. So your neutral spine here, but kind of pulling your stomach up to support the neutral. And you want to reach out to one side of the mat. So right now I'm going to reach out to it looks like the left side of the camera, but the right side of my mat. And then I'm going to bring my hips the opposite direction, to the left. So if you're reaching on the left, you're going to bring your bum to the right. And you bring your head as far down to the mat as you can. Come on back up. Shake it out again. Reach the other way. Now, draw the abdominals in. So just squeeze your lower belly up and in. And pull back to the opposite direction. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. Good, get as low as you can. Take a big inhale and exhale. Good. Now, of course, we can go back and shake it out here neutral. And we can do the pointer, right? So it's like one leg back, one arm ahead, and you're gonna hold it here. Now, one thing you can do instead of holding it is like tap and lift, right like that, okay? And then you can switch sides. Holding it, take some deep inhales and exhales, or tap and lift. The inhaling is down and the exhaling is up. Beautiful. Woo. Come back to it, child's pose again. So like just leaning heavy in your arms, all the weights forward, but your bum is back, head on the mat, tuck the chin, and breathe. Good, come all the way back up. You're gonna reach to the left, hug your stomach in, bring your bum to the right. Come on back up again, reach left, hug your bum under, hug your stomach under, and bring your bum to the other side. Good. So that's a nice thing. Now listen, with your back, your lower back is really designed for forward fold, and then the twisting, the rotating is really supposed to be from the thoracic spine. Okay, so one thing that really helps with lower back pain is to just open up the ribs a little bit and alleviate pressure down here. So we're going to do something called thread the needle. So you're going to raise your right arm up. Ooh, can you see me? And you're going to thread it underneath. Let your shoulder hit the mat. And just do that maybe 2 more times. And 1 more. Reach the other arm away. Walk it back under. Good, and we're going to try the other side. This is called thread the needle. So the left arm comes up. Looking at the hand is really good for your neck. So you're trying to open and stretch your ribs, right? Twisting at the ribs. And then you're going to thread it through. Oh, it feels so good. Palm is up after shoveling. Up. And thread it through. Up, thread it through. You can do as many as you want. I'm doing it 3 just for this video. Reach the arm out. Walk it back under. Beautiful. Now, we can do the dog at the hydrant series, right? Where you're just going to open up the knee in one direction. Okay? And you want to lead with your knee. So don't just like kick your foot up. It's like all the way up. All the way up. And you want to time that exercise. I would try to do like 30 seconds each side. and then bring yourself up to a minute. Okay, now, this is really important for your lower back. So side lying work is really the way to go here. Now, on side lying, can you see that my feet are off the mat? You can be here, up here, or I just prefer to prop my head up with my elbow. So your feet are off the mat. This is not a clamshell, although I'm going to do the clamshell next, right? This is the clamshell. This is working a different muscle. So listen, feet are together, and you just kind of open the knee a little bit. It's very small. It's not a big range of motion. Just do a lot of repetitions there, and try to keep your hips perpendicular to the mat. Okay, so they're not like opening up like a fan, just your knee is opening up. So it's a very small range of motion. Now you can push the bottom knee down into the mat to get more of an effective movement. You're trying to get that glute medius muscle. That is the one that a lot of us are weak on with a lot of front to back exercise, AKA skiing, cross-country skiing, cycling, and running. Okay? Walking. Now you go knees to the chest, and you're gonna open up. Yep. Now same thing, you can push the knee down into the mat as you technically exhale the knees up. Okay, I'm not even gonna do breathing here because this is just for you guys. Ooh, so it's based technically, again, your hips wanna remain perpendicular to the mat. Try to keep them from moving so you can target the muscle. Now the next is called something called figure eights. So you're gonna tick up your top leg, you're gonna touch the bottom calf, and then you knee the bottom calf. All right, now your figure eight might look like this. It might not look like mine. This takes practice. So you're gonna touch the calf, knee the calf. Touch the calf, knee. So I always joke around, it's like, woo, it looks like that statue of like, remember the World War II, after the World War II, when the soldier came home from the war and the girl was like kissing him off the boat and she had her leg up like that. Yeah. Anyways, so you're gonna touch and you're gonna knee. Okay, now, last thing, you're gonna kick your top leg straight out, but listen, it has a tendency to go forward because that's your IT band. But again, we're targeting the butt muscle here, okay? So I want you to bring your leg at hip height back. Okay, flex your foot. Now, it's probably like on the edge of the mat. See how my foot is hitting like the edge of the mat? Instead of bringing it up and down, like really high up and down, like you might see in a typical video, you're gonna push the heel to the mat. So you're just gonna gently push it down, okay? Because the muscles on the outside of the hip, we want those muscles to strengthen, like this is your spine, okay? So this is your tailbone and this is your butt. And these muscles go like this and they wrap around the base of your spine, okay? And they stabilize your muscles in your legs when you go front to back, okay? So you wanna go down. We're trying to strengthen those muscles to stabilize, to keep your hips from lifting up and pulling on the sacrum, the base of the spine. Trust me, please. I've had so many back issues. Hold it up. That's what brought me to Pilates. I ran a marathon a little too quickly. Anyways, this is called the one leg kick. You're sweeping it forward at hip height, back and forth, back and forth. Now again, with your breath in Pilates, it would be inhale, inhale, exhale. But you know, just do the best you can right here, sweep it side to side. I don't want you to get intimidated by, like, you know what I mean. Okay? So you're on the other side, you bring your feet off the mat, and you're just gonna open up. Remember we talked about that really small range of movement? It's really a small range of movement because it's a small muscle, okay? So this is a series that I often do with my clients with the flex band. Today I'm gonna show you in my pajamas so that you can do this at home and feel better, okay? So maybe this will take like 10 minutes. I don't even know. I'm just kind of talking through it right here for you guys. All right, so there we go. Feet are off the edge of the mat. So there's a straight line from like the tops of your thighs up to the chest, up to your face, okay? Then you bring knees to chest and you do the same thing. You kind of open that door, feet together, pushing the bottom knee into the mat. And then again, your goal, okay, you can put your hand on your hip like this, is to keep your hips perpendicular to the mat. Okie dokie, Smokey? All right, you get that. So again, technically you're exhaling. Gotta keep those feet together though, okay? And then just try, I would just, again, start small. I would try at least 10 of each of these exercises and then, you know, work your way up to 20 or 15, then 20. Figure eights, remember you're gonna touch the calf, right? And then you're gonna knee the calf. So again, my hips stay really stable because I've been practicing this a long time. Don't worry if your figure eights don't look like my figure eights. All right, so it's touch, knee, touch, knee, touch. I know. You're like, how does that figure eight look so open? It's super hard. You guys are doing great. All right, you're doing great. Now, you're gonna hold your straight leg away at hip height. Now remember, we talked about those outer hip muscles, right? The hip rotator muscles being strong and anchoring the base of your spine so your spine stays stable and your hips don't hike up to the ribs, okay? Because think about everything you're doing. You're skiing, you're walking and cycling. You're always knee up. So you want to make sure that these outer hip muscles and the backs of your legs work well. So you're going to push that knee down, that foot, down to the floor, down. So hip height and down. Flex your foot and it's like off the edge of the mat. Okay? All right. Now, remember the one leg kick. So technically in Pilates, it's inhale, inhale, 2 kicks, point and extend. So it's inhale, inhale, point and extend. But I mean, just to be a little bit, not as technical, I just want you to try to get mobility now in that hip. All right? A little bit of easy mobility. Good. Now the last thing we're gonna do, we talked about today, where you're just gonna lie down on your back, okay? Now, this is not the bridge, right? This is your tabletop, looks like a table, right? Feet are hip distance apart. This is your bridge. So technically you want a straight line from like knees, hips to shoulders, okay? So in other words, like this isn't your bridge, all right? I'm not talking like an inch off the mat. I'm talking like really, when my arms are long, by the way, fingertips at your heels, okay? And you're really gonna lift up. So when your arms are long and your fingertips touch your heels, this is more glute, okay? Now if you want more hamstring work, I'll show you how to get there. All right, so you're just gonna lower and lift, squeeze your bum. Now, just because I love you guys, I would do this for at least a minute. I mean, if my back's hurting, right? Like I basically turn on a song and I just try to do like some variation of the bridge for like a minute or like the whole song. All right, now this is your bridge where see my fingers are touching. This is more glute, okay? That's glute maximus, not medius. We just did the outer hips is the medius. Big old bum is the maximus, all right? Okay, now bring your bum down. If you walk your feet out a little bit, and then you do this kind of bridge, this is more hamstrings. So just so you know, okay? Now, you could actually lift your toes up to get more into the hamstrings there. When you go down and up, you're gonna start to feel the backs of your thighs more than you actually bum, okay? All right, now one thing that's really good for you too is something called bridge walks. So you start in with your fingertips touching the heels, you lift up to the bridge, alternate, try to keep your hips level. You walk it out, and you walk it back in. So I usually do 10 leading with my right foot and 10 leading with my left foot. I'm just gonna do 5 for this video. All right, trying to keep my hips level, my pelvis from moving. All right, these are called bridge walks. So you are building hip and pelvic stability by continually working the muscles in the legs. All right, so there you have it. I almost said there. There you have it. So I would do all those things. Now, last but not least, you're gonna hug knees to chest. You probably already know a bunch of these exercises, but I just thought I'd put it together in a video for you. Now, last thing, right? Stretching the back 101. Left foot on right knee, grab that right leg in, and sweep the left foot. Is this the opposite? Yes. Yeah, it looks like my left foot, right? Yeah. And you sweep it side to side like that. And you could just hold it here. Okay, so this is a passive stretch, releasing the tension. And then you switch it. Okay? Sweep the top foot. Now see how my shin is parallel with the floor? That's important. Don't let your foot hang down here. I don't want to see that. Okay? Your foot is up and you sweep it side to side, because if you're doing these exercises, you want to get a big bang for your buck. Right? I know. Nobody likes to do these types of exercises. Last thing I was going to say is hug the knees to chest and then just go to the happy baby. So again, you're trying to put your tailbone on the mat and you're trying to grab behind the legs, behind the calves. If you want to feel like you're super flexible, you can actually, hold your toes. But you don't have to be a show-off and do that. Okay? No big deal. All right, last but not least, I would suggest a forward fold. Oh, all the way up and over. We talked about rotating through our ribs and just using our lower back for forward folding, so you can twist and rotate through your rib cage. And again, that just alleviates pressure down here, okay? So you're just opening through your ribs, and then you're gonna switch it. I could go on and on here. There's something called spine twist, where you twist like this. You do not see this in a yoga class. You would probably see this with the twisting in yoga, right? This is a little bit kinder and gentler on your body. The point is your hips are stable because you're sitting down and you're twisting from the rib cage. All right? All right, you guys. Just thought I would give you a little bit of 1-2 information. Bye now. Good to see you today. Bye.